So a couple of weeks ago, we talked about a stand-up comedian named Matt Rife and how he was taking the world by storm through the form of crowd work that he had been posting on TikTok for the last year.
Who's the guy in her life that you hate? It's her best friend. Where'd you meet this best friend? At work? Oh, that's worse. Okay, where do you work? At a school? Okay, all right, okay. What do you teach? What, is he a teacher as well?
Yes.
What does he teach? Science? Would you say you two have chemistry?
In short, Matt quickly garnered a cult-like female audience that enabled him to pack out these massive venues when he previously could not get any work at all. I mean, even his promotion for this tour was centered around attracting women. Like, how many straight men you know are getting enticed by this poster? But even in the midst of this massive success, Matt did seem worried about his rise to fame and getting pigeonholed as a comedian only women can enjoy.
Everybody knows they only go into your shows for those traps, those tattoos, and them cheekbones.
Women 100% are who pushed me to be where I'm at right now. Like, they gave me all the momentum on social media. Because a certain amount of girls were supporting me, guys instinctually just went against it. Up until like April of this year, it was like 90% women coming to these shows. My comedy is so much more for guys than it is girls. It breaks my heart that so many guys just won't give me a chance, because I'm like, dude, we could be best friends. Dude. You just never know.
So when he got his chance to make an actual Netflix special, he opened up with some jokes about women and continued to poke at them throughout his set, with most of the material obviously being geared towards men. This obviously caused a lot of outrage online. He told people if they ever had a problem with one of his jokes, he has a special needs helmet to sell them, and this has led to some of his fan base turning on him, and now recently he has once again found himself involved in drama, only this time it's actually with a 6-year-old kid and his mother on TikTok. Yes, I'm totally serious. And so the drama really all started when this blogger mommy posted up this video of her son on her TikTok page, kind of clapping back at one of Matt Rife's jokes, where he essentially says oh, women believe so heavily in astrology, and they shouldn't be focusing on the rings around the planets when they don't even have a ring on their finger, like they can't find a man.
Nothing to do with the stars, man. Just because Jupiter has a ring and you don't, doesn't mean...
It's Saturn that has the rings, and it has more also, and you're mean to girls.
So the kid, who I think was obviously coached for this video, says, oh, you know, it's Saturn that has the rings and you're so mean to girls. In my opinion, this was obviously this mom trying to create some sort of viral moment. And so Matt actually took the opportunity to clap back on that video in the comment section saying, Jupiter also has a ring. Oh, and Santa Claus isn't real. Your mom buys you presents with the money she makes on OF. Good luck. So this man is now legitimately beefing with a 6-year-old. And with this woman, in my opinion, being a bit of a clout chaser herself, of course hopped back on TikTok to clap back at Matt. And I will say, in her defense, if you go and look at her various social media pages, it's very clear that she's not creating any sort of explicit or adult content online. So I don't really understand why he tried to make that point. If she was doing that stuff, it would have been a pretty good slam dunk. But she just pretty much seems to be your regular run-of-the-mill mommy blogger. Either way, she had this to say in her response.
Matt Rife has decided to start beef with my 6-year-old child online. Yeah, you heard me correctly, my 6-year-old child online. Like Matt, I have a full female audience online. Although, I like mine. I don't want them, man. You can keep them. Please. I will gladly take your audience because we know you can't satisfy them anyways. This all started when his comedy special, which... if that's what we're calling comedy. The things he said that weren't even funny were posted on TikTok, and I started being tagged in them because everyone knows that my son is like a genius and he's really into space. I fiercely protect my child online. I'm not a family channel. People know his name, they know he likes space, they know he likes Minecraft, and that's pretty much it. Most people do not know any personal details about my child.
How do you feel about someone with a following posting their kid online? I don't think it's a good idea personally. She says, oh, they don't really know anything about my kid, but now suddenly millions of people have seen his face.
And because of that, and because I have such a large audience, when I see people in person and when people see space clips, they tag me in them because they know that that's what he likes. This is the video that I posted.
It's Saturn that has the rings, and it has more also, and you're mean to girls.
Come on, she totally coached him into saying that shit.
This is my IG where he left the comment, okay? Do I look like I don't even show my body. You can't accept the fact that people may like women for their personalities. No, we know you don't have one. You stick to circle jerking, the men that you need validation from.
I just think a lot of things in this situation could be true. I think she's not being genuine about the fact that she was clout chasing using her son. Like if this was all his idea. And she's still using this moment to continue the clout chase. I mean, she's acting like she's one of the most important people in the world. One thing I do find interesting about comedians is that they often do not like being the butt of the joke, and they can't handle people joking at their expense. When that is literally their job, is to like stand up on a stage and make fun of, you know, a certain facet of society, a certain way that people are. I mean, I want to know, have you guys ever been to a comedy show and thought to yourself,
oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's crazy to me how a scent can take you back in time. Like when I smell fresh cut grass in the spring, I always think of my days playing baseball. Smells are very powerful, and I truly believe that everyone needs their signature scent. That's why I'm teaming up today with Scentbird. They are the fragrance subscription that lets you choose a new designer or indie fragrance to try every single month. I'm talking about from the heaviest hitters in the industry to the most underground scents for you hipsters. Lately I've been rocking out with my new favorite Guilty Cologne Pour Homme by Gucci, and I cannot tell you guys how many compliments I've got. And no, I'm not just talking about from my mother. And the best part is the process could not be more simple. You go over to their website, you browse their hundreds of fragrance options with detailed profiles, you pick out the exact scent you want, and they ship you your premium cologne or perfume right to your door. Obviously, purchasing fragrances can get expensive rather quickly, with some of them costing like $200 to $400. But that's not the case when you use my coupon code with Scentbird, where you will get 55% off your first month with code JAMARI Speaks, effectively making your purchase only a little over $7. Once again, that's code JAMARI Speaks at checkout for 55% off your first month with Scentbird. I guess Matt Rife didn't need to act much in this scene, out here arguing with 6-year-olds on Insta.
I will end you! Do you understand me? I swear. No, I'm cool. I'm cool.
fake cop!
I swear to you, this will be your last day on this earth. Okay? I will.
And then you had a lot of other people trying to use this situation to make like a point about men in general. Matt Rife is what happens when we stop bullying men and let them have a crumb of confidence. Matt Rife is a great example of how some white men seem really cool and funny at first. Like swoon, OMG, so much charisma. But most of them just actually suck. Matt Rife being a textbook incel troll by calling out a woman and her child with that OF insult. Such a loser, like the rest of you misogynist pee addicts that use that line on us. And I assume that this account is peddling OF content. And to me, this statement is just so ironic because the grand majority of people who are willing to purchase said content are the misogynist pee addicts who she is talking about. Like, no self-respecting man is buying the explicit content online. I mean, we just saw the situation with that woman, Ruby Rose, and how invested that absolute weirdo was in her. Matt Rife uses OF to insult women because he's pandering to the lowest base possible. Fragile, angry little men who are pissed that women are making money off of something they feel entitled to access for free and on demand. Once again, I think the OF girls, these OF models, are the ones who are actually pandering to like the lowest common denominator man. Like for them, it's probably like the more pathetic the better, the more parasocial the relationship becomes, the more money I'm gonna have coming in. And here's an interesting point that a lot of people were making, is that this guy apparently had some sort of plastic surgery. This woman says, Matt Rife is proof that no matter how much Giga Chad plastic surgery you get and how many girls want to sleep with you, deep down an incel will always be an incel. This is actually what a legitimate plastic surgeon had to say about him potentially restructuring his face.
And the total cost of these potential procedures is $70,000.
So he thinks he got veneers. I think that that's kind of been confirmed. Cheek and jaw implants, $30,000. Buccal fat removal, $10,000. So apparently he thinks that there is a high possibility that he has spent some money on his face to make it look a lot more defined.
Certain transformations in Matt Rife's looks has led to speculation about cosmetic procedures. Matt attributes these changes to late puberty, which could certainly be the case. What are your thoughts? Do you see signs of cosmetic work, or are these just natural changes?
I mean, I won't lie, I think the dude got his jaw tucked. And despite the online backlash, this guy has still been selling out shows across the country. He says, we're breaking records in Connecticut, let's pack this bitch. And as you guys can see, like in terms of the comedy world, this guy is pulling some pretty damn big crowds. This is an at least a couple thousand seat venue. I mean, shout out to this dude, he's obviously living out his dream and that's always a pretty cool thing to see. But I do think he should kind of just stay in his own lane, maybe grow like a little bit thicker skin. Even in this one podcast appearance I saw him on, he did seem kind of slighted when Dave Portnoy suggested that all he really does is crowd work.
This is how you went viral, which I guess you talk to people in the crowd, right?
I do from time to time, yeah.
That's not a thing.
No, it is. I mean, I
Viral
would just say it more properly than that. Yeah, I do crowd work that happens to go viral quite often. Yeah, but I do way more than that.
Crowd work is the proper way to describe it?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, crowd work. I said talk to people in the crowd, I think.
I just feel like when you rise to fame this fast, there are going to be people who obviously discredit and disrespect you. He talks about, oh, I've put in like 10 to 14 years before this. I'm not some overnight success.
You know, it sounds like y'all don't know me at all. Like y'all don't know about the 12 years I've been doing this. You know how many sleepless nights I put into editing videos that I'd hope somebody would watch?
And I really think he should just enjoy the ride and have fun with it. But I want to know what you guys think about this whole situation down below. Do you guys see his career like lasting and prospering, or do you think it's kind of more like a flash in the pan thing? I definitely don't think this like cancellation attempt on his head has really been warranted. Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. Y'all make sure to go check out Scentbird and use my code JAMARISPEAKS at checkout to get 55% off your first month. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other comedians out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!